Zdobyłem kluczyk, to szybko pominąłem. Dreptanie przez miasto. Żeby od razu dojść tutaj do tych celi. No i sobie pogadamy. Hello, pani Jaśku.
Well, finally, I've had quite a wait.
Why do you want to talk to me, of all people?
You brought me here. You should consider it an honor.
If hanging around in a damp dungeon with a condemned man is your idea of honor...
You're not seeing the bright side. You can be the one who uncovers a conspiracy against the king for your master. You don't get an opportunity like that every day. It did cross my mind, though, that it might be nice to get some assurances for my cooperation. After all, I'm the one the Margrave unjustly declared the scourge of the land and expelled from Moravia. They even pulled my beautiful castle down. It was the necessity of making a living that forced me to take some liberties.
Serio?
Do you really want to question the authority of the Margrave?
I've always been loyal to the crown, but what can I do when the Margrave stole my fief?
That's not why we're here. I don't care about your conflict with the Margrave. It's your crimes against the king I'm worried about. The king you say you've always been so loyal to.
Very well, ask me anything you want. I won't be obstructive.
What I want to know most of all is who's behind it. Who are you making those forgeries for?
Do you think I couldn't have handled it all myself?
I'm not trying to insult you. It's just not a job one man could do alone.
All right, the way it began was I was short of coin, as usual. So I let those crimps in Sasau recruit me.
Recruit you into what?
I didn't inquire too much. In this business, you don't ask too many questions. But when they found out I wasn't just anybody, they put me in charge of the counterfeiting. A foreigner by the name of Eric gave me instructions. But for sure, he isn't the chief. And there's someone highly placed at the monastery who's mixed up in it too. But I don't know.
I znowu klasztor.
How did you come to hear of all this business?
I met some old friends in Kolin a few months ago, and they said they were heading for Sasau, that armed men were being recruited, and they'll hire anyone.
Old friends? Who were they?
Just a couple of brigands. We used to ambush the Margrave's messengers in Moravia together.
Nice friends you keep.
I was in dispute with the Margrave. A man in my position finds himself mixed up with all sorts.
And then what?
Rapota and I had been living off stale crusts for a month, so I wasn't going to turn down the chance of work, honest or otherwise. We rode to Sasau and met with the recruiters. It didn't take long to realize I was a nobleman fallen on hard times, not some common peasant.
Can you get to the point?
Well, they introduced me to this Eric, and he told me what was needed. They set up the workshop, got the men, the supplies, everything.
Crimps? You're telling me this Eric is recruiting armed men in Sasau?
Well, it seems so. I was giving the recruiters some of the coins to do it. The fake ones, of course.
Where can I find the recruiting gang?
That's tricky. It was my friends who led me to them. We met with them in the woods next to Sasau. It's about who you know, as always.
You said you gave them money. Where was that?
They'd ride to the mine gallery to see me. I don't suppose you'd find them there now.
If you say so. This Eric, you reckon he's not the one in charge?
He puts on airs, but he's just a naive young pup. And he's always going on about his lord, though he never mentioned him by name.
Where can I find this Eric? You must have had some meeting place.
He used to come to the workshop unannounced. And after what's happened, I doubt he'll be showing his face there again.
Nie okaże.
This highly placed person at the monastery, what can you tell me about him?
I've no idea who he is, only that he's no small fry. After all, he handles the exchange of the forgeries in Passau.
I see. Is there anything else at all you can tell me about him?
No, he was supposed to supply me with materials too, but he backed out. Eric said he probably got cold feet.
Zdaje się, że wiemy już wszystko.
Will you put in a word for me with Sir Radzig? I'll swear allegiance to him if he'll have me. I'm sick of being a renegade.
Nie trzeba było wcześniej? Muszę to przemyśleć.
I
Zobaczymy.
have to think about it. I don't want to annoy Sir Radzig.
Nie, czemu mielibyśmy ufać takiemu szczurowi? Dobra, czy ja go spotkam, tego rodzika jeszcze w dzień, w nocy? Może się zrzemniemy jednak, co? W sumie mamy tu mieszkanko. Małe, ciasne, ale własne. I komfortowe. 50%. Mam nadzieję, że kobyła za daleko nie odgalopował. Gra się przy okazji zapisała, to fajnie. O, jest. Wstawaj. Szybciej, gonimy go. Hello.
So what have you learned?
All sorts of things.
There's some foreigner called Eric behind the counterfeiting ring, and someone highly placed at the monastery.
The monastery? Really?
That's what Jezek claimed.
So it's
Nie
worse
tylko
than
on.
I thought. If this is true, we'll have to proceed with the utmost caution.
Why? Can't we just go to the monastery to investigate?
No. If the church is truly involved, I have no authority.
Ciekawe.
So what will you do?
I'll have to think about it.
Tak,
It
tak.
won't be an easy
Co my byśmy to
enough
robili?
track.
Może ty
I'll
pójdziesz,
have to
tak?
consult with Hanush. And what of this Eric? Who is he?
I don't know, but he's recruiting armed men in Sasau and forming an army.
Damn. So it looks like Pribyslavitz wasn't the end of it.
It most
No
certainly
nie.
wasn't, sir. And what's more, Sir Jezek is convinced this Eric is only a go-between, and there's someone bigger behind him.
You should return to Sasso and take a closer look at those recruiters. If they're going to attack, we must find out sooner than last time.
It might not be as straightforward as that. So Jezek didn't know them and has no idea how to find them.
You'll have to manage somehow, my lad. Don't tell me there's an armed force amassing here and nobody knows anything. Go to Sasso and try to find them.
Ciekawe, że ty nic nie wiesz.
I'm not sure where to start, sir.
Then ask around the alehouses and inns, or at the Rathaus. Someone must have heard something. These things can't be entirely kept in the dark. Whatever you do, be careful, Henry. And best not mention my name. It would attract unwelcome attention. What we want
Serio?
is for the
Wszyscy wiedzą, że u ciebie pracuję.
for just another village lad they can lure into their gang.
All right, sir. I'll try to blend in as best I can.
I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I know of no one else who could help as much as you can now.
Sir, there's one more thing. Sir Jezek went with me without resistance, because I promised him he could come to an agreement with you.
My boy. You make promises in my name? That could turn out very badly for both of us. But, if it can prevent bloodshed, why the hell not? We may well come to some arrangement after all, but I can't say yet what will become of him. You'd better run along.
Okej.
As you command, sir.
Uff. Myślałem, że gorzej to przyjmie. O, idź. Ach. Czy jeszcze tak się z nim zagadać? Czy niekoniecznie?
God bless you. Good luck to you.
No dobra, teraz pytaj, tak? O, berżyste, wójta, a ten tutaj chciał rzeźnik, jakieś tam rzeczy, to niech spada na razie. Dobra, spadamy stąd w takim razie. Dawaj. Jak to mówią, po nitce do kłębka, czyli najpierw łapiemy tych najmniej ważnych, ale powoli idzie w dobrą stronę. Napaść na drodze. No dobra, to trzymajmy się, zobaczmy co się dzieje. Było za dużo. A, dwóch jak zwykle. No zawsze musi być ich dwóch, no. Stał. Dawaj go. Dobra. Myślę, że po jednym. Au. Ty kurde. Siekierą na mnie. A masz. Ej, dobra. Kolejni z głowy. Biedni jak mysz kościelna. Wino, skwarki i bimber. Zacne wino. Pędzimy dalej. Najpierw pogadamy sobie z wójtem, bo najbliżej.
What is it? Hey, look out!
Ojej, dobra, dobra. A, przekąsić sobie poszedł.
God save. What can I do for you?
I've got a few questions for you, bailiff, if you don't mind. Have you been having some trouble around here?
And what business is it of yours? Did someone complain? Who sent you here?
No one complained, though I'd be interested to know why you think they might. It was Lord Radzig who sent me. He'd heard word that some unsavoury characters are holed up round here.
Begging your pardon.
Miałem podobno nie
What the devil does
wspominać.
Sir Radzig care about it? And I keep hearing the same from Sir Sebastian. And he's got no dog in this fight either.
Sir Sebastian? Who's that?
Sebastian Baron von Berg. He's here under monastery law to protect us against all this unrest in the land.
Why should he care about the city? That's not his jurisdiction, is it?
Quite true. I'm in charge of this city, but he keeps telling me I've got cutthroats hiding around here, and I should be more vigilant. The goal of the man.
You have an inn, and the horse trails cross here. There must be many travellers come seeking work, and not all of them honest men.
Aye, it's true. Bedlam has broken out once or twice, and restoring order was no easy matter.
Has there been anything like that lately?
No, it's been quiet here lately. But now that I think about it, I don't recall coming across anyone here like that.
Nobody looking for soldiering work, maybe as a merchant's guard?
There's always one or two like that. But if they don't get the job, they move on.
I heard some recruiters are meeting in Sasau. Seemed likely they get up to mischief and people might complain.
Do you think that people here complain and I don't do my job? Nothing of the sort. Old Lederman's the only one that comes complaining, but I pay no heed to him.
And what does this Lederman complain about?
Lederman is our local tanner. Lives by the quarry, which is where, well, some youngsters go there to wrestle.
A,
Go there
już coś
to
się
fight and that
dowiedzieliśmy.
doesn't bother you.
Why would it bother me? Much better to brawl there than in the tavern. At least in the quarry they can't damage anything but each other. And my catchpoles go by there from time to keep an eye on things.
Have you heard any talk of strangers in the town? Maybe people acting oddly?
Nothing worth mentioning. Sure, there's been some talk about the miller. Folks saying they've been seeing him doing this or that, or people visiting
No
him
tak.
at night. But he's
Szajka
never done
młynarzy
anything.
działa.
He's a decent enough man for a miller.
I'll try
Jasne,
asking
jasne.
if he's heard anything.
He lives on the other side of the river, by the bogs. But don't go getting your hopes up. He might not be able to help.
No to na
Thank
razie.
you, Bailey.
God be with you.
No i coś tam żeśmy się już dowiedzieli na sam początek. Tutaj mamy garbarza, a tu mamy karczmarza. Porozmawiam chyba najpierw z karczmarzem. Ten na konika i garbarz. No a potem zobaczymy. Myślę, że to on, oberżysta, tak.
How come you're wearing such fine armor?
Co nie z tym turniejem konnym?
Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
And what's your idea of suspicious?
Have you heard of anyone looking to hire some rough men?
Mercenaries, you mean?
Yes.
There were some fellows conspiring here in the corner twice a week, and others coming and going. They didn't look entirely respectable, but they never made any trouble.
And what happened to them?
I don't know, they just stopped coming, and I haven't seen hide nor hair of them since.
You haven't heard anything about where they went?
How could I have? They just stopped coming, and that's that.
Where do you think they might be meeting now?
How should I know? I'm an honest innkeeper, not a man at
Jasne.
arms. They could be meeting at another inn. They could be meeting in the woods by the light of the moon, for all I know.
Is there any way I'll recognize them?
Unquenchable thirst. They drank like fish. They were rough-looking too, big-bearded and scruffy. Aside from that, they mostly kept to themselves.
That's not much help. What did they do while they were waiting for someone?
They drank.
Jak to nie? No, bordaci byli, kurde, jak ci nie
And they
pomoże.
played dice. I do remember there were always dice on the table.
No.
They were fond of dice, were they? And where would you find a game around here?
Anywhere there's dice and usually drink. That's all you need for a game. Although it dawns on me now, I never saw Simon with those men, oddly enough. He's got a nose for drunken dice players with a coin to lose.
Simon who?
Why, the young miller. He runs Katzig Mill. Neighbours are always slandering him for trafficking, but who knows? Maybe he just has a knack for business.
Okej, dzięki.
You don't know where I might find some more dishonourable folk.
And why would you want them? You'll set tongues wagging about you.
But they'd be the ones to know what reputable townsfolk don't.
I grant you that. Well, we don't have an executioner, just a knacker. But he's an odd fellow. Like any knacker, I suppose. And there's some strange tales about Miller Simon, too. But I'd say it's just jealousy.
What can you tell me about the knacker?
Decent folk don't talk about him. He deals in carcasses.
I was hoping you'd tell me a bit more than that.
Why should I care about him? He lives in a house by the church, and that's all I know. And all I'll say.
What can you tell me about Simon?
There's not much to tell. He runs Katzig Mill, and some say thieves meet there at night. But isn't there gossip about every miller? I don't think it's a sin.
I akurat mają rację o każdym.
That's for sure.
Anything else?
You might not find him at the mill. He's a busy man, always out and
Kto
about.
by
making
pomyślał, że
deals.
młynarze to takie szuje, co?
And he likes to throw dice, especially when he sees a fat purse hanging on a drunken belly.
Thank you for the help.
Not at all. But why off so soon? Sit down for a tankard or a bite to eat.
Nie, dziękuję.
Goodbye.
Hear ye, good people, and what the code
Ja. Gadaj.
Good God, you look terrible.
Are you the local knacker?
I'm the local gravedigger, but if there aren't any burials to take care of, I'll turn me hand to knackering.
Well, then you might know a lot of things that others don't.
I'm a decent man, not always honest, but decent.
Anything fishy going on in these parts?
There certainly is. Candles are being stolen from the church.
Świeczki.
Brazen as that. What sort of people do that?
Oh. But have you heard of anyone around here hiring adventurers and bandits?
How would I know that? Most people avoid talking to me. I don't even go to the tavern much these days.
And what's been happening in Sasau lately?
Nothing interesting. Except maybe that bitch being slaughtered.
What?
By?
Who was she, a villager? I wouldn't call that nothing interesting.
No, I mean a dog bitch. It was a while back, but they called me to clear it up.
What happened?
The dog looked like she'd been hacked to bits. They were scared it was some demon, but as far as I could see, someone took a sword or an axe to her.
Why on earth would anyone do that?
What do I know?
I gdzie? Pytanie najważniejsze,
Maybe
gdzie?
he was snooping around where he shouldn't, and the bitch went for him. I hear there was some dog-bitten fellow being cared for in the monastery. Only they kept him there on account of a broken leg.
I znowu klasztor. Ciekawe. Wydaje mi się, że tam w końcu trafimy.
Very well. Feel free to stop by any time. People shy away from me, except when there's a death or the cesspit's full. Farewell.
Już spadam. Spadam, dobra. Teraz gdzie? Aż tutaj. No dobra. Trzeba było przejechać na drugą stronę. Kicaj. No kicaj, no. Nie wydurniaj się. No, przez taki płotek, żeby nie przeskoczyć. Wiesz co, nawet płotka tak potrafiła.
God save Henry.
God be with you.
Tanner, I've heard all's not well with you.
It's better now. I must have eaten something bad.
No, I mean you've complained about some ruffians raising hell behind your house.
Aye, true enough. That lot's been a thorn in my side. And when I went to tell them to take it elsewhere, they nearly beat me to a pulp.
To już coś ciekawego.
And nobody does a thing about it.
I've been to the bailiff, but he couldn't give a rat's arse. There's no commotion under his window, so what does he care?
That's quite a bailiff you've got.
A scarecrow would keep better order.
No faktycznie niezły jest.
How many of them are there?
How would I know? They make as much noise as a herd of wild boar in rutting season.
And did they all attack you?
Aye. They knocked the stuffing right out of me.
When are they there?
Nearly every evening. Every god-forsaken evening. Shouting and bellowing there till nightfall. And then they leave. Probably to get drunk.
No i to już coś wiemy.
If you want, I'll take care of them.
Well, you look like you could move mountains, but there are several of them and just one of you.
Perhaps we'll be able to settle things peacefully.
Maybe. They might think twice before kicking your arse.
Się zobaczy.
Perhaps I can reason with them. It doesn't have to come to blows.
Well, break a leg, lad. Or better yet, don't. But if you manage to pull it off, you'll get your reward. Don't worry. Take care.
Dzięki. No dobra, kolejna rzecz. I ona... Nie lecimy do klasztoru. Tutaj to jeszcze to załatwimy. I tak do wieczorka musimy poczekać. To akurat tu pogadamy, przejdziemy się z powrotem, to prawie noc będzie. No i który to?
What's the...
What the hell?
I see you look much better.
No, I feel much better. Then I heard it was all down to you. Thank you.
If you ever need to know about anything that's going on in Sasau, come and see me. There's nothing much happens here without my knowledge. Thomas is my name.
May the Lord watch over you, Henry.
How are you doing? Feeling better yet?
Aye, much better. I'm truly grateful. A bit longer and I'll be able to run back to the woods and carry on. Well, never mind. Very kind of you to look in on me.
Truth be told, I didn't come just for your health.
What do you need?
Well, I've heard tell there's work for fearless men who enjoy a bit of silver.
Ah, I believe I can help you with that. They used to frequent the tavern, but now they meet in the church.
The church?
Aye, that's
Interesujące,
right.
naprawdę interesujące.
The church is
Klasztor,
locked.
kościół.
If you see a light, the door will be open. Go in there and wait. Say a prayer or something, and then you'll see.
That's it? I don't need to speak to anyone?
Just doing what I told you is enough. They'll give you a good look over and see if you've got the metal. Don't you worry about that.
All right, thank you.
You took care of me, why wouldn't I help you? Tit for tat, eh?
Okej, dzięki.
Jesus. Must you disturb me with such a thing when I'm fast asleep?
Tak czy siak i tak muszę poczekać do nocy. Dobra. A to jest opcjonalnie jeszcze, to nie, to najpierw opcjonalne zadanie. Ten główne. To czekamy do nocy, tak? Wieczorami zadałam Grabarza. Okej.
Is there something you need?
Nie, nic nie chcę. Po prostu sobie tu posiedzę, popatrzę na łąkę, nie, kwiatuszki, nie, garbujesz skóry, czy co tam robisz. Okej, jest wieczór.
What's it to be?
No, są jakieś typy.
You fell on him and then sat on his face.
O,
Henry, I'm glad you came.
I've already told you what really
krótki,
So we all saw it.
ostry, o, ksywki.
I knocked him down, and he pulled me down on top of him. I slammed him with my hip, not my arm.
I'm looking for work, and I've heard someone around here wants fearless men. Do you know anything about it?
I've heard they might be looking for a new knacker. So if you're not afraid of carcasses and the occasional pile
Bardzo śmieszne, bardzo śmieszne.
No thanks. Word has it someone's hiring mercenaries and other fighters.
Well, you've heard more than I.
The tanner sent me. He says you've been causing a commotion at night, and I thought I might convince you to stop.
Ha! So all his whining finally found a friendly ear, did it? Let me tell you something first, whelp. I'm the
Szczeniaku.
bailiff's man, and we're not doing anything wrong here. Old Lederman's only been whining like that since he lost a bit of silver. Didn't bother him before that.
He told me different.
Ha! Of course he did. Otherwise no one would help him. Go ahead and ask the lads. They'll tell you the same. It's God's honest truth.
I'll take you at your word. But what should I do now?
The way I see it, you've got two choices. Screw that old liar and leave him be, or get down to business.
Wykiwaj garbarza, przejdźmy do interesów, chrzanić. A do jakich
What do you
interesów?
mean get down to business?
Well, you may think you're pretty tough, and if you give us all a thrashing, we might think it over. But then again, we're no strangers to a hard fight.
If I break your arm, then you won't be coming here for a while, will you?
But I'm a fair fellow, so I'll make you an offer. If you enter our tournament and win, which means beating us all, then we'll go elsewhere. If you don't win, then you're flat out of luck and have to leave. That's not so bad, is it?
Okej.
What are you doing here?
Nothing special. Just a little evening wrestling. It's good for your back and digestion. And your purse too, if you know your business.
If I wanted to join in, what would I have to do?
It's pretty simple. First you have to beat Weed. He's that not too dangerous looking fella there. But some nights, he gets a good rest and he's got God on his side. Then you can try one of those three. Doesn't matter which. And if you whip all three, you can test your mettle against me. Fair enough?
So the last match is with you?
That's right. They say a bout with me is no joke. Just bad humours.
Okej.
I want to fight you.
Dawaj.
What did I tell you? See you later.
Dobra, bractwo pięściarzy i tak dalej. No dobra, nie będzie. Gdzie ten ziółko? To był ziółko, tak? No faktycznie za dobrze nie wygląda.
Hope I can be of help.
I heard that someone was looking...
No.
I heard you gave him...
It's his own damn fault.
Really? He just came to tell you...
That's what he told you? Bollocks! He came of his own accord.
He really tried to have a go? I wouldn't think he'd...
He tried, but he didn't have much luck. He does pack a punch.
Dobra, walczmy, tak czy siak.
Let's go.
Dawaj.
Good luck to you. Insolent whelp!
No chodź, chodź.
No kurwa!
Coś mu za dobrze nie idzie na szczęście. A coś czuję, że zresztą nie będzie tak łatwo. Ładnie już obity. Dobra, Wygrałem, okej. Teraz tamtych muszę, tak? Dobra. Kicaj.
Greetings, good night.
I heard someone was looking.
Maybe. I work in the quarry, and they're always looking for extra hands to replace them that's got something broken.
That's not what I meant. Let's fight.
Jedziemy.
You look pretty good. But I'm bent.
We'll see.
Good luck then. Curse it!
A, dajesz, dajesz. Tamty sobie dalej tam leży. No chodź, chodź, chodź. A, dobry jest.
Had enough. Fuck!
Skubany potrafi unikać. Mam go. Drugi.
God save you.
To był
What can I
długi,
do?
teraz będzie szeroki.
I've heard that some.
If I knew you better.
Let's
No,
fight.
walczmy w takim razie.
That wasn't bad. Take care now.
Giving up already?
I dziękujemy. Został jeszcze krótki, tak? Okej.
I hope I can.
I heard that someone's look.
Willing to do anything? Meaning what? Something.
That's not what I meant. Let's fight.
Wszyscy to samo gadają. No dobra.
That wasn't bad. Take care now.
Dajesz. Dziękujemy. To było szybkie?
I want to fight you.
You put on quite a show. Can't say I expected it.
Take care.
Jasne. To było szybkie. Teraz muszę poczekać, aż wstanie. Dobra.
Hey.
Czy coś teraz pogadać jeszcze z nimi?
I heard someone.
Maybe.
That's not what.
See you later.
Dobra, musimy chwilkę poczekać. Się koleś ocknie. Ładnie wyglądają teraz. Mordy obite z każdej strony. No chodź. Za ostry to ty jednak nie jesteś, co?
That was pretty good. I didn't think you had it in you.
You were really good. I've got to hand it to you. Most lads don't make it past me. So listen, I want to tell you something.
What's that?
There are people here looking for really tough men, and I'd say you fit the bill. So when you walk through town this evening, if there's a light...
Thanks. Look here, lads. I hope I won't be seeing you around here again.
All right. We'll go. But if you want to fight again, you're always welcome. I bet you'll come off worse next time.
Jasne. Na razie. Kurde, pewnie nie pogadam od razu z tym garbarzem. No nic, jeszcze tutaj mu oddam to później zadanie, a zobaczę z tym kościołem, czy tam się świeci światło i czy można wejść. Przecież kurde, jak oddam... Czy dalej jest jaka opcja? Trudno. Nie chce mi się czekać kolejnej nocy. A światło się świeci, więc coś się dzieje. Dobra, odmawiamy kilka uzdrowasiek.
Amen. So,
Aha.
you've been looking for us, eh? What is it you want?
I hear you're
Może być
hiring men
grubo.
who don't mind getting their hands dirty.
Is that so? And where did you hear that?
Taverns and the like. People talk.
Well, that's a pretty tale. But no one in any tavern told you to come here and wait, did they? So let's have it. Who told you?
Ciekawe skąd Ostry wiedział.
The bailiff
Ej,
told
będzie.
me about you. The one who runs the fight club in the quarry.
Did he now? Well, I hope you trounced him. Bastard took my money at dice.
If you want, I can give him a proper hiding, just to show you I'm serious.
Spare me the boasting. I've got a test ready for you. Let's see how you handle it before you tell us how wonderful you are.
What test?
Nothing complicated. We used to take anyone who looked like they could keep their head on straight, but not now. Now you can only join if you do what we tell you.
Which is what? Steal something?
No, not theft. If you want to join us, you have to kill Pius.
Eh?
Who's Pius? And why should I kill him?
That's none of your business. But I'll tell you anyway, because it's an instructive tale. Pius was one of us, but he fucked up.
How? Did he steal something?
Yeah, that was part of it. Stole some money, ran away. A few boys died over it. Showed a distinct lack of loyalty. And as soon as he's dead, you can join us.
Okej. To się da załatwić.
You don't need to find him. We know where he is.
Then why haven't you killed him yourselves?
It's quite a test. He's hiding in a monastery.
Znowu klasztor?
It's not hard to get into the grounds.
No, not there. Well, he would have been dead long since. He's in the, cloister, or whatever it is.
But only monks can get in there.
Just monks and pious. He's an educated bastard. Seems he used to be a priest, but it didn't quite work out.
And how am I supposed to get into the cloister?
You'll think of something. Maybe there's a secret passage. I've heard there's some cave underneath. The cave of St. Procopius. There might be a way into it from outside.
And do you have any other ideas besides secret
spróbujemy.
passages?
Well, there is this one fellow been hanging around the taverns. Supposed to join the monastery soon. Might be he could help you somehow. I'd try talking to him if I were you. And if he doesn't help, knock him on his ass and take anything he's got that you could use to pass yourself off as him. A letter of admittance to the monastery, or whatever.
How will I recognize Pius?
He won't have been there long. He should be the only new one there.
But what if there are others? What does he look like?
Normal. He always went about well dressed and had a fine looking dagger.
Yes, except he'll be given a robe and they'll take his knife.
Then you'll have to try and figure out which one of the novices it is, and get him to betray himself. Try getting him drunk, then send him straight to hell.
Get him drunk? In a monastery?
We're better. There's more wine there than in the royal cellars, and I doubt he suddenly stopped drinking.
Murder someone in a monastery? Have you gone mad?
Murder's a sin as it is. Doesn't really matter where you do it.
Yes, it does. I'd be spilling blood on hallowed ground.
Well then, knock him senseless, drag him outside, and finish him off where it's less sacred.
No tu akurat muszę przyznać kolesiowi rację. Co za różnica gdzie?
He ends up dead.
Fine. So I've got to kill Pius. He's in the cloister, and to get into the cloister, I'll need to enlist the help of some boy who's joining the order, right?
More or less. And now the main thing.
The main thing is to kill him, isn't it?
Of course. But that's not all. All hell's gonna break loose in the monastery after the murder. So, either make sure nobody finds him, or hightail it out of there quick as soon as the job's done. But better if they don't find him right away.
And what else? Should I come back here afterwards?
No. Before you run for it, take his special dice and bring it as proof that you killed him. And if you can get him to tell you where he hid the coin, bring that as well.
Bring his dice and the money if I find it. And where should I bring it?
From the monastery, head east across the river. There'll be a swamp where you'll find a fire pit. Go there at night and light a fire. Make it nice and big and we'll show up. Take the dice and the money, and then tell you where to report. Got it?
Right, I'm to slip into the best guarded place in the entire region and kill someone. Take his dice and money, and then go to the swamp and wait by the fire.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Well, you can at least say a few Hail Marys for me. I'm gonna need all the help I can get.
And remember, we'll be keeping tabs. So don't you try to run off, alright? See you later.
No to nam się zadanie trafiło, co? Trzeba będzie chwilkę pokombinować. Ja ten tu cały czas stał i nic nie zauważył, nie? No właśnie, tak myślałem, że z tym grabarzem się nie uda. Jak to zrobię? Trudno się mówi. Grabarz mi już znikł. Mówi się trudno. Płakać nad nim nie będziemy, co mógł dać parę grosza i tyle. Myślę, że na tym skończymy dzisiejszy. Właściwie ten odcineczek dzisiejszy to tak trochę inaczej dziwnie brzmi, nie? Dzisiejszy, biorąc pod uwagę, że to jednak internet i nie wiadomo kiedy oglądacie. Także jak na jeden raz powinno wystarczyć. Jak macie ochotę, to oczywiście zapraszam na kolejne. Do usłyszenia!